Hello everyone, Bruno Luce here with GLB Productions. Hope you like the hat. Been doing a couple of outdoor shows lately, so it's come in handy. Although this being a Panama, I can't really wear it in the rain, so maybe I should rethink my headwear slightly. Anyway, I'd like to talk today about something that happened to me recently when doing sound at church. So we had a guitarist, he was leading the service and he was playing an electroacoustic like a lot of people do. This particular one happened to be a Taylor 300 series, and he did a couple of songs and then we had the sermon. Now the sermon lasted about 35-40 minutes. That's typically how long they are at my church. And after that he went back up and picked up his guitar and nothing at all. So obviously I wasn't actually doing sound at the time. I was kind of I was on standby. I'm the sort of default standby person at my church. So the operator, he was looking at the guitarist was trying to get things done, and there was no signal. And in the end, the guitarist decided that they would simply, this was the offering song, so they decided that they would just repeat another song that they had done previously in the service, which was okay. Unfortunately, this particular song that they were going to do the arrangement was guitar and voice only, so they couldn't rely on one of the other instruments. So after that particular song was prayers and intercession. So all we did was the person operating and I, we went down and we knew that one of two things had happened. Either the guitar had malfunctioned in some way because it had been working before the sermon. So we knew that either it had malfunctioned in some way and we'd need to mic it up, or the battery had gone dead. So I pulled a SM57, a short stand and a cable, and the operator, he grabbed a 9-volt battery and he proceeded to work with the guitar player to try and diagnose the issue. He also brought the remote control for the mixer down so that he could mute and unmute the channel that the guitar was plugged into. Now, the thing about this guitar was that being a Taylor, the battery is located at the point where the cable connects to the guitar, the strap button. So there was a couple of issues there. First of all, Taylors don't have any kind of screen on them. So unlike something like, say, a Takamine, which has a tuner, there's no way to quickly verify whether or not the battery actually has power, right? With the Takamine, you press tune and then you actually get a readout there. If there's no readout, you can be pretty sure that your battery has gone dead. So while I set up the mic and plugged it in, they muted the guitar channel, unplugged the guitar, changed the battery. Okay, so in this particular case, changing the battery solved the problem, right? So as soon as the new battery went in, everything was fine, they carried on, and the rest of the service was fine. If changing the battery hadn't solved the problem, I would have been ready with the microphone. So after this whole incident, I was thinking, could we have done things differently? And I came to the conclusion that the only thing we could have done, and this is something that you might want to think about, is get guitarists to unplug their guitars when there is a substantial break in the show or the service. As you know, with electroacoustic guitars, on almost all of them, plugging the guitar in switches on the internal electronics. Now, in our case, the guitar had been working perfectly fine before the sermon. And 9 times out of 10, the battery will last the half an hour or 45 minutes that the sermon takes. But in this case, it died during that period, and there was no warning, right? There was no drop in level, there was no distortion during the sound check that would have warned us that the battery was low. So most 9-volt systems, they last, 100 hours or 200 hours. Like the Takamine CT4B2 that uses a 9-volt, the preamp there lasts like over 200 hours. So this is not normally a problem. It just so happened that combination of circumstances, we got caught out. So that's something to think about in your own work with anything that has a battery in it, right? The other thing that was good is that, the operator and I were prepared. We didn't panic. At the first available opportunity, we went down there and we did our diagnosis. We had the console remote control. We had spare battery. We had a microphone stand cable in case things didn't work out. So I think that in this case, we handled it about as well as we possibly could. Short of asking the guitarist to unplug during the sermon, I don't really think there is anything we could have done. So food for thought there. Remember, anything that has a battery needs to be checked, and batteries need to be changed on a regular basis, right? If it's an instrument that you gig with personally, the standard recommendation is change once a year. More often than that, of course, if you are a regular gig, somebody who gigs regularly. And the other thing, of course, is have spares with you, right? In this case, the guitarist didn't actually have a spare, but we had spares, so everything was okay. So, another one under the belt, another lesson learned. This is Bruno Luce with GLB Productions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.